Welcome back to Sword Coast Legends. Okay, so cleared out the mercenary cave, which was filled with a lot more than just mercenaries. Turns out the mercenaries were working with goblins, but they were also hired by a group of knights that are after our guild because we're supposedly demon worshippers or something. I mean, we did have that dream with the demons, so who knows, but I don't know. Anyway, Bellamy wound up meeting his untimely death because he rushed into things and he wound up getting burned alive and dropped into a pit. And we defeated the man responsible. And my first instinct was to take him prisoner to get more information out of him, but then Larthar refused to take him with us. So my only options were let him go free or kill him. And, well, I wasn't about to let a man that I just was responsible for the death of a lot of people, some of whom were my friends. So I killed him.
Yes?
And now I have Jarhild in my party. I haven't checked out her stats yet. Okay, so she's got Honor's Guard. Wow, that looks like it was a half plate. Got some scale on there. It's pretty beefy armor class 8. 8% chance to summon earth and spikes when hit. And she has Warrior's Blade, Longsword. So she uses swords. Buckler of Stone Cunning, 5% chance to cause cunning of stone when hit. Steel Gauntlets. Alright, let's see if we can equip her a little bit. This Stoneforge Crown, critical range +1. Secondary weapon, nothing. What are her proficiencies? So she can use any sword, any club, bludgeoning type weapon, any axe. Really, well, I mean, she's a fighter. She can use any weapon, any armor, can use shields. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, I should see if she has any, like, shield bash type skills. Yeah. Shield bearer. Emits a shout with such force and fervor that it rattles the bones of all nearby enemies. Each enemy within range must make a DC 10 Constitution save or become paralyzed for 6 seconds. Doesn't look like Shield Bearer has any skills that actually use shields. Do these require shields? Slashing damage. Doesn't look like it. Two-hander. Great weapon fighting, or it's 2 weapon fighting, it's great weapon fighting. Here's a shield proficiency. She doesn't have shield bash. Shield wall. She's got Victorious Surge. Sure Strike, that's cool. Improved critical. Alright, so it's a shout with such force and rattles the bones of all nearby enemies. Okay, so that wouldn't require a shield. You don't need a shield to shout. I'm just making sure if I want to switch her over to like a two-hander or maybe 2 weapons or something like that, that I wouldn't be wasting skills she already has and shield abilities. At least strikes a painful spot on the target. That's a well-trained body, the sturdiness and resilience of stone. Giving 20% resistance to bludgeoning, piercing. So, despite this saying, talking about when she sets her shield, yada 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 yada, none of these abilities in this skill tree actually require a shield if I'm reading this correctly. So I could switch her over to a two-handed, which I may or may not do. Okay, let's see what we got. I might give her this long sword. Does extra damage. Basher. I kind of wish I still had Lydia in her party so I could have her drop that great club and give it to her. I suppose I might be able to do that at camp. Basher. Wolfsbane. Let's give her a litany for now. This has an extra chance to parry. But litany has the bonus to hit and damage and does extra damage. Alright. I don't have a better shield for it, do I? I should have something else. Just have the dinky shield. Okay. And for her second weapon set, I'll give her this bow. There we go. Looks good. Armor. Some better gloves for her. Plus 5 to all slashing damage. That would be useful for her. I mean, that's a sword. That is slashing damage. Or gauntlets of might. Plus 1 to strength. What are her stats? 17. Ooh, that would give her. That would bring her up to 18 and give her an extra bonus. I think that's the way to go. Them boots plus 1 dexterity. Let's give nothing. Of course, the armor she's wearing, you can't have any dexterity bonus. The plus 1 won't make a difference either way. To dexterity, you bring me up to 11, I would still be a plus 0 modifier. Either way, I couldn't increase it past that anyway while she's wearing that. Might as well have her wear these nimble boots. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference, but what the heck. They're nice looking. Alright. That's it. Okay, let's move. I think I might switch her over to a two-hander eventually.
Let's do this. With pleasure. Can do.
It really all depends on what weapons
I'm on it.
I find.
Sure. Anytime.
Or purchase.
The trip to Luskan is as solemn as it is uneventful, and the caravan reaches the gates of the city without further incident. You've heard much about the thieves, gangs, and swindlers of Luskan, and you steel yourself for lies, bribes, threats, and false smiles, in a city where guards are just thugs who deal their brutality for a wage. The only things you can count on to protect you are your friends and your ability to protect yourself. And if Lerathar's stories are true, there are worse things in Luskan than its criminals, as monsters walk beneath, in the ruins of the ancient city of Ilask, now known dismissively as Luskan's sewers. Even the company of new friends and allies is cold comfort after the loss of your guildmates. The death of Bellamy Lightfingers weighs heavily on your mind, And while Jarhild doesn't speak of it, you know it weighs on her as well. With the help of your new companions, you make camp outside the city gates and settle down to wait out the night in fitful sleep. In the morning, you and your companions will walk among the infamous streets of the City of Sails. But your mind is filled with demons, and the night refuses to pass quietly into day.
At full rest, you make your way to Luskan, the battered caravan rolling wearily behind you. As you reach the town gates, you settle down to rest and fall into the arms of the nightmare. Another dream sequence, huh? I did enjoy those hand-drawn cutscenes. Those are pretty cool. Alright. At least I have my full party with me.
With pleasure.
This way.
Can do. I'm on it.
Nope, that's as far as I can go.
Sure. Anytime. With pleasure. Can do.
Maddie, you're dead. Sorry we couldn't save you.
Home. Home. I can't go home.
Maddie, I'm so sorry.
Sorry. Yes. You did all you could. Nothing. I died as surely as I lived.
Just thought there's guilt.
I'm on it. Sure.
Can you help me? I seem to have lost my way.
I'm so sorry we couldn't save you.
Was I so tuned from the start? Is this place gone? I think I've fulfilled my purpose now. This gate is shut. There is only one way left.
Anytime. With pleasure. Can do. I'm on it.
Why was your
Sure.
Stand for judgment, children of the Abyss. Here is laid bare the truth. You serve the Mad One, devourer of hope, dread general of the gibbering hordes.
Question Tarmikos' orders. Surely you could see our way. Yeah, he was hesitant to just slaughter the people. Still did it though, so that's why I wanted to kill him.
I see things not at all. You have killed me, demon spawn. In that moment, the truth became clear. The world perishes in fire or in shadow, and there you stand, at the heart of it. My order was right to keep watch on you, right to see you die. You are blind to it. I pity you if such a creature as you were worthy of it.
Zealous, religious zealots.
Anytime.
The freaking worst.
With pleasure.
Granted, I'm playing a cleric, so. I'm not as crazy as that guy was.
I'm on it. Sure. Anytime. With pleasure.
Dretch.
Master, come.
I'm not your master.
You serve the Master. The Mad One calls to you. Come. He calls. We answer.
Can do. I'm on it. Sure. Anytime. With pleasure.
So that way's probably
Can
the
do.
way to go. Let's see what's down
I'm
this
on
alley.
it.
Oh, looks like a dead end.
Sure.
Oh, he's gonna follow me.
Anytime.
Ooh, a chest.
With pleasure.
Does whatever I get in Dreamland carry over to real world?
Is it for glory that you ended the world? Or for some sense of duty?
Well, what is happening here?
You're digging in a chest, dreaming that it speaks. Still convinced that all is well.
I was never convinced all is well.
Do you still go orange or blaze?
Yes.
Reasoning for a pittance in the face of what you would do.
Okay.
Can do.
Look, I'm not really trying to end the world, but I'm still
on it.
gonna get my rings and trinkets and gold, because, you know,
Anytime.
that's the kind of
With
stuff
pleasure.
you do in role-playing games.
Can do.
So these guys are just gonna...
I'm on it.
They're not hostile, so I can't attack them. I might be able to, but yeah, I'll let them fight.
Sure.
Bacillus.
Anytime.
What's a bacillus?
With pleasure.
You have come here to see the birth of a new god. It was, after all, your sacrifice that made it possible. I died for no reason. In rage and ceaseless pain, as will the world. It will come to pass.
You died trying to save our friends. You died a hero.
He died because it was supposed to happen. He was a piece on a board, in a game played by gods and demons. You will see, my friend. We are siblings in purpose, if not in blood. He calls to you as he once called to me.
So am I a god or a demon? Not the character in the game. I mean me playing the video game, because I'm the gods and demons playing the game on a board.
Thrown into you. Clearly you had another rough night, the way you were tossing and carrying on like your head was on fire.
Aye, it was rough. Got a bit of a headache this morning, I do.
I worry that these nightmares could be prophetic, as if someone's trying to communicate with you. Perhaps it is best to suffer through them until we know who and why.
Did you say you have a contact in Luskan who could help?
His name is Soranil Noonshadow. He's a wizard and a bit of an information broker. He asked us to find survivors of the attacks on your guild and bring them to him. He can help you.
Of course his name is Soranil Moonshadow. Frickin' elf names. The worst. You trust this Soranil?
Aye, he hasn't steered us wrong yet.
To be honest, true trust is a luxury at the moment. I need certain information, and he's the only one who can offer it.
That's cool, as long as you approach it with a bit of skepticism like I am going to. How would your contact know about the attacks?
He's a diviner. He likely foresaw it with his foreseeing equipment. I've seen him do it before. He gets all smug about it when he works.
He also trades in information. Perhaps one of his contacts heard plans to attack your guild, and he wants to know why.
He's an elf. I'd go with the magic thing.
Alright, so this guy's in the scrying. Alright. Well, let's find him.
I'd rather get right to work than spend all morning jawing out here in the open.
Aye, all business. I like that in a woman.
Get in line, you twig.
Get a room, you two.
She started it.
Aye, and I'll be finishing it too.
Oh, the
I can
sexual
tell this is
tension.
going to be an interesting day.
The gate's not too far from here. Big wall, huge doors, can't miss it.
We might be wanting to check in with Tallin. Make sure we're square on the caravan job. I'm not holding out hope for a glowing review.
Keep heart, my new friends. I have a feeling that the help you need is just through those gates.
Click on the map boundary to open the world map. Once the map is open, look for a unique icon for your destination. Can I trade equipment between all my... No. I'd like to take that giant club off of Lydia's hands.
What do you need?
I'd like to learn more about you.
Aye. We haven't had a chance to talk very much since she joined up, have we? Me family goes way back. Back to Mithril Hall, if you believe that. Our family scattered from there after Shimmergloom attacked. And we returned when King Battlehammer signed the treaty with the Many Arrow Orcs.
It's quite a history.
Aye. We were smiths. I know, be still your heart, but we were good. Me clan got the name Stoneforge because it says me ancestor could forge stone into a blade fit for battle. Why you'd want to do that, I'll never know. Me ma and da left for Mirabar just before I was born. Looking to expand the family business, they said. Too much competition from other smiths, I say.
That's just smart
Me
business.
da was anything but stupid. That's for sure. We made good coin there. And we made a name for ourselves in Mirabar. I worked in the forge as a wee lass, swinging a hammer right alongside me dad. Funny remembering it now. I'm not sure I hated it as much as I thought I did. Well, I need to get a bite to eat. Maybe we'll find some time to talk later. Don't be a stranger.
Alright, Jarho.
Something you need? Ah, it's not much of a tale. I was born in Westgate, near the Sea of Fallen Stars. My family were traders. They'd moved out of East Rift and sought a home among the humans. My father made a lot of coin very quickly there. Mostly doing things he shouldn't have been doing. Bribing officials for shipping contracts, smuggling goods into and out of town, that sort of thing.
Sounds like someone I know.
My mother never approved of my father's business. From the day she found out what he were up to, she started making contingency plans. She wasn't going to let Pa's problems bleed over into family.
Sounds like a smart woman.
She was. I'm alive because of her. Finally, my father's sturges came home to roost. He were murdered by rivals. And my mother took my siblings and I, hopped on a caravan, and moved us all the way west to the City of Sails. And there we have it. How a fine young dwarf like me got mixed up in a place like Luskan. You know, this really takes me back. But I have some sleeping and resting that needs doing. Maybe we could wax nostalgic another time. Don't be a stranger.
What can I do for you?
Say, Lydia, can I have that big-ass club back?
There is not much to tell. I have dedicated myself to the search for a relic called the Moon Tear. A relic of Sehanin, lost decades ago as a result of my own childish ignorance.
I'm gonna regret this, but okay, what happened?
I remember I was around 15 years old. A toddling babe by elven reckoning. I had a friend, Seric. The best companion a young girl could have. But my parents did not approve of our friendship.
Was there sexy times?
My parents scolded and punished and eventually kept me from my dear friend. The one child with whom I could play, laugh, and experience joy. One day, I was out playing, on my own, when a group of travelers approached me. They said they were hungry and in need of supplies, but I could tell that they were drow. Even then, I knew what that meant. But, consumed by my childish anger and ignorance, I decided that... Gods forgive me. I decided that a confrontation with the drow would be a fitting punishment for my mother and father, for denying me Seric's companionship.
You should have known better.
Yes, I certainly should have. But at that age, all I could see was that I missed my friend, and my parents had to learn a lesson for keeping us apart. It was undeniably a mistake. In a fit of pique, I gave the drow travelers directions to our village, hoping to... I don't know what I hoped. I wanted my parents to hurt the way they made me hurt. But what happened was much, much worse. The drow turned out to be forward scouts for a raiding party. They invaded our village, killing and capturing my people, my family. We had been given the sacred honor of protecting a relic of Sehenin. While ransacking our home, the drow took the moon tear.
Really? A relic of elven god and was kept in the village? Not like hardcore hidden in some vault or, I don't know, some giant tree somewhere? You caused your village's destruction?
I did. And I have lived with that failure ever since. I search now for the moon tear, both to recover it for my goddess, but also in the hopes of making amends for my sins, for my wrath, my ignorance. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. If there's nothing else, I'd like to take a moment and reflect.
No wonder you get so dramatic after battles. After stuff like that, I guess anybody would go emo.
The Lady of Dreams go with you.
Yes, yes. Now you'll forgive me if I don't bring you on any further adventures, because you see, you're a cleric. I'm a cleric. You don't need two clerics.
Can do. I'm on it. Sure.
What can I do for you? Where should I begin? Well, I was born in a small village near Longsaddle to very young parents who were farmers just because their own parents had been farmers and had all died the winter before.
Your grandparents all starved to death?
No, they all killed each other. An ancient family feud. Very tragic, really. My ma told me it started over the ownership of an enormous tomato and grew from there, as these things do. When I was born, my ma and da hoped I'd be able to help them out on the farm, but really they'd have been better off hiring a farmhand. It's like they didn't realise I'd be born as a baby and not as a strapping lad of 13 years.
So they were disappointed?
Yes. Honestly, they can blame themselves for that one, though they pretty much blamed me. You might not know it to look at me now, but I was a scrawny child, and I was of little use on the farm. I tried very hard, but I never really took to manual labour. So my parents did what I believe any other loving parents in their situation would do. They sought around for someone willing to trade, a son for a son. And the next thing I knew, I met my Uncle Kipper. You know, remembering all that now, I'm starting to think that maybe my parents weren't as loving as I once thought. If you don't mind, I'd rather like some time to think. All right, you know where to find me.
Review your thoughts on it.
Anytime. With pleasure.
Of course.
Can do. I'm on it.
Just nothing
Sure.
because I already took all the goods.
You rang.
Alright. It's too bad I can't take that
Anytime.
club off of Olivia's hands right now. Okay. Inventory. God damn it. I was hoping I could do now. Map. World map. Yes, I've already been to these places. Alright, so Luskan. Ooh. Zoomed in there. Cutlass, slum, cemetery. Cemetery. Okay. Two. Yes, let's go to the city gates. Wait, maybe I can put Olivia in my party, take the club from her, and then get her out of my party. The gates of Luskan, once open to admit trade from other lands, now stand shut. Only those with the proper permits are able to enter the city. Outside the gates, a small tent community of refugees, travelers, and merchants now await entry into the city. Luskan's walls offer them little protection from the harsh northern weather or their growing hunger. Okay.
Did you need something?
Yes, I need that club back, is what I need. So, if you'd kindly hand that over. And keep the armor though. And what we'll do is we'll give you the old basher. Wolfsbane. Have a basher. And a crappy shield. I'll give you a better shield. Use that shield. There we go. If I ever take you in my party again, I'll give you that long sword, but I don't have it with me. Ah, cool. Alright, so can I leave this area now? I can, huh? This way.
Of course.
Yeah, boss.
There we go. Ah, I have to leave the area and come back to it. Okay. We'll briefly go back to camp. Or maybe I could have just changed the party from that screen.
With pleasure.
Either way. Accept. Scan. Some gates. 2. Yes. Jar Hill. Arthar. There we go. Now, you can swap out sword and shield for a big old club. Yes, that suits you, Charhild. That suits you.
Can do. I'm on it. Sure. Anytime. With pleasure. Can do. I'm on it.
Ah.
What?
Let's put those lock-picking gloves on you for a second.
There we go.
Nice. Now let's put the athletic bracers back on.
You guys don't need this, right? Sure.
Sure. Anytime. With pleasure. Can do.
Rats, huh?
I'm on it. Sure. Anytime.
Defender, there's Talon. Morning. You've probably seen by now the gates of Luskan are closed, but at least we made it here, thanks in no small part to you. Why are the gates closed? I'm not sure, to be honest. I took one look at the gate guards and decided I'd just wait my turn. What's wrong with the guards? From the looks of it, thugs, not proper city guards at any rate. Well, we are in Luskan. Maybe we should settle up our contract. Yes, we should at that. We had an uneventful journey up until that last bit of unpleasantness. I'd say your guild was a pleasure to work with. That's good to hear. We did lose a lot of cargo and a couple days travel time, and, as you know, some good folk as well. As much as I hate to do it, your contract allows us to make compensation for those losses from your payment. A friend died to protect this caravan. I am truly sorry. He seemed like a very pleasant sort. But we lost a lot on this trip. I don't care to haggle. I simply want to know what is an extremely fair contract. I simply want to follow what is. Well, I'll try charisma. I don't have a very high charisma. I don't really want to intimidate the guy, even though I have the highest strength in charisma. It was a rough trip for us all. Surely we can come to an understanding. Fine. I don't particularly want to intimidate the guy. General goods.
With pleasure.
If he has anything that I want, take a quick look. Thanks to you, we can finally pack up and return to the road. Of course, my stock is always available to the heroes of the caravan. Will you be setting up a store in Luskan? Sure will. Of course, you will get preferential pricing, my friend. You and the other heroes of the caravan. Let's see what you got. Potions, where's better? Cleansing. Deadeye. 1 to 2 piercing. Critical range plus 10. Damn. 5 action speed. Heck of a crossbow. I mean, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's gonna critical a lot. Well, it's gonna critical for not that much damage since it only does 1 to 2 piercing. Okay. I can't purchase it.
Can do.
It's way too expensive. Alright. That's where I started. Something of importance is there. Something of importance is there.
I'm on it. Sure.
Alright,
Anytime.
looks like I gotta fight through some rats.
End of
With pleasure.
bastards!
Is it time for a rest yet?
We were just resting at camp.
Can do. I'm on it.
There's another rat. Let's see what
Go
skills
ahead.
she's got. She's got Commander's Shout, Sure Strike. You're always a shout.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That
Sure.
was awesome.
Dude, we just killed the rat. That was not awesome.
Anytime. With pleasure.
What do we have here? Corpse. Note from landlord. And snow gloves. 50% cold damage resistance. Vulnerability. Fire. Okay. Hey. You are 2 months behind rent. If you don't pay soon, I'll be calling the guards. Not everyone is lucky enough to have a loft by the markets. Dunar Mammoth. Snowman. It's cold. Oh yeah, from the eyes, yes.
Can do. I'm on it.
Bunny
Sure.
rabbit. At least it's not hostile. I don't have to kill the bunny. It's bad enough I
Anytime.
have to kill the rats.
With pleasure. Can do. I'm on it. Sure. Anytime. With pleasure. Can do. I'm on it.
Looks like we got a couple
Sure.
markers in this direction.
Anytime.
There are the people waiting by the gates. We'll talk to the gate guard in a minute. Let's see what's down this way first.
With pleasure.
There's the road. There's another world travel there.
Can do.
Just make sure there's no like treasure chests or anything. That doesn't look like it.
I'm on it. Sure.
Rael and Shaylin.
Anytime.
I can take on anyone in the slums. I don't think that's the question, Rael. It is, do we have to start there? The half-elf notices you and pauses. Just enough, eh? Well, you're not wrong. Shaylin and I, we've been trying to find a place to live in Luskan, but it's a bit few and far between in a city run by pirates. The only affordable place is in the dangerous slums. Traveler, if you have any suggestions, we would be keen to hear them. You look like you know Luskan better than we do. No, I haven't been in there. Or at least not while playing this game. I'm not giving them 1,000 gold. Tell me more about yourselves. What skills do you have? Ha! I think you should know. I think you know enough about myself. You really want to know about Shaylin, huh? Me? Well, I'm a scribe. I'm not sure what use that is in a city of pirates. There's a decent private library in Luskan. You could probably find work there. Oh, that does sound interesting. If that fails, Shaylin has always been a great hand for forgeries. Yes, but I prefer to keep that quiet. Not a lot of business for that when no one trusts signatures anymore. Oh, I can give him the landlord's notice. That guy's dead. Would this suffice? Shaylin takes the note you found and reads it over. As she finishes, she looks up with a smile. Hey, ask where did you find this? On a corpse. In that case, I think this might work. What is it? It just looks like a letter about someone's late rent. Look closer. We have an address and the landlord's signature. I can forge a deed. Shaylin and Ryle embrace each other. They both look at you with the biggest of smiles. Congratulations, you two. We're eternally grateful, traveler. Look for us in Luskan if you ever need any help. I don't leave my debts unpaid. Nice.
With pleasure.
See that?
Can do.
Nothing forgery
I'm
can't
on
solve. It's a whole big area to explore here.
Sure. Anytime.
Before I do that,
with pleasure.
We got this guy selling stuff. Wine merchant. Let's talk to him. Care for a drink? Not like I can sell this wine to the rabble out there. Let's see what you got. You got wine and you got cheese. I have old socks? Just one old sock. No, it's a discarded pair of socks. They smell quite sour. Yeah,
Can do.
Oh, we have this guy here. Apprentice.
I'm on it. Sure.
Oh, what do I do? What do I do? What's wrong? I'm an apprentice at a local alchemy shop inside Luskan. My master told me to collect samples from the oozes that form in the sewers. The guards don't like people entering the sewers, so I came out here to sneak in. But they locked the sewer entrance, and now I can't even get back into the city. My master isn't known for her patience. If I don't get those samples to her soon, she'll make me drink some of her failed experiments again. Alright, I'll collect these damn samples for you. Could you? You seem like you could handle yourselves. If you gather some ooze samples and bring them to my master in Luskan, I'm sure she'll pay you well. Her name is Rolona. She owns a shop in the market district in Luskan. Just be sure to mention I sent you, please. She'll be more merciful if she knew I was stranded out here. I hope. Rana, what's up? Wolves. The beasts from the forest. They were fearless. Kept coming no matter what we did to drive them off. No one helped. No one ever does. If you see any of those beasts, give them a blade to the face for me. Can do.
Anytime.
Hey, Birkins. My friends, welcome to Luskan. The outside part of it, anyway. What can I do for you? I thought you'd be inside the city by now. No one gets in without a pass, and you don't get a pass without an inspection. Seems like they're on the lookout for members of some shady guild or something. Know anything about that? Are they looking for me? I'll keep an eye out for those shady guild members. See that you do. They sound both dangerous and oddly attractive. How long before they do inspections? Judging from the number of people ahead of us, could be 3 or 4 days. We'll go talk to the guards. Maybe we can work something out. Bless your heart. So optimistic. I knew I liked you. The feeling's mutual, Birkins. The feeling is mutual. If that doesn't work out, you can always come back to old Birkins. I'm sure I've got something of interest I can sell you. Alright, let's talk to the guards.
With pleasure. Can do.
Get the skinny.
I'm on it.
And who do we have here?
We found this one trying to sneak into the city with a forged pass. Bosun Taddock.
I am appalled. A forgery? What has this town come to?
That's what I was telling you. It ain't like it used to be.
Please, I just need to get in to see an apothecary. My son is so sick. I just didn't have time to wait.
Well, we all know the punishment for forgery in this town, don't we?
A stern warning.
If only. Make an example of her. I want no doubts in anyone's minds that no one gets through here without a pass.
With pleasure, sir.
No, please!
I'm sorry. What? I thought I heard you command me to stop.
If you want to attack this woman, you'll have to go through me.
Oh my! Whatever shall I do? I have only my guards here and the might of Ship Rethnor at my back. But keep going. I'm sure you can find some way to be a hero.
The charisma's not going to work. I don't have very high charisma. You seem reasonable. Perhaps we can come to an agreement. An arrangement.
Arrangement? Well now. It may be that we've misjudged the situation after all.
$50 gold says she had a pass yesterday, but she just misplaced it.
Oh, I remember now. Silly me. I should have realized it straight off. Welcome to the City of Sails, milady. You're a right hero, you are. I'll name my first pint after you.
I don't have the words to thank you enough for your kindness.
Don't
The gods smile on you, my friends.
Awfully generous of you.
You've got that sort of coin just lying around. Remind me to tell you about this business idea.
Well, we have to find some way into the city, and I certainly don't have a pass.
Aye, there's always another way.
Oh, I leveled up. Ooh, I get a point. Alright. Let's get a point in wisdom. Oh, I not get another point. Nice! Nice! Okay. Some abilities. Alright, so I definitely want to get blessed now that she's no longer the party. It only costs 1 point. That is good. Aid. Well, that's basically the same thing as his Revelry, although it's a little bit stronger. Can't quite get this next shield ability. I could get this shield wall. I could get the second point in Victorious Surge. Another healing spell wouldn't be the worst thing. Well, I might get that. Let's go. 1 point. That would still leave me at 1. And then I can get another point to put into this. I could have a more powerful nuke. Or this. But this group heal though. The group heal. 8 yards. It's pretty good. I might get the group heal. I'd like to get the beefed up, more powerful bless. Let's get the group heal. Alright, let's have a talk to this guard.
My, here you are again. You obviously know that the gate's closed and that no one gets through without a pass. So, I can't imagine how I could help you.
Why are the
The
gates
gates
closed?
are closed on order of the High Captains. All who try to enter the fine city of Luskan are subject to inspection. The inspectors are looking for a group of travellers from the Order of the Burning Dawn. In fact, in many ways you rather match the description.
Could it be that Burning Dawn cloak I have on my back? Or the Burning Dawn shield? Or the Burning Dawn hammer I have in my hand? What are you accusing us of?
I'm just saying, if I looked so much like a wanted fugitive, I'd reconsider spending a bunch of time chatting with the City Watch.
We gave you gold before. Can't you just let us in?
Sorry, no one gets through these gates on my watch. Not without a pass.
How do I get a pass?
That's hilarious. We're not giving out any more passes today. These people are lined up for tomorrow's inspection, though I wouldn't recommend you waiting with them.
And why not?
The inspectors are looking for a group of travellers from the Order of the Burning Dawn.
Yes, we've heard this before.
In fact, in many ways you rather match the description. Nothing. I'm just saying, if I looked so much like a wanted fugitive, I... Suit yourself.
Alright. So clearly, we're not getting in through the gates. Alright, we'll leave off here, and we'll try a more... try to find a more inventive way to get into the city next time.